Mistborn 2, The Trial. Mistborn 2, The Trial of Kings and the Well of Ascension. Part 1. Introduction, The Price of Freedom. Overthrowing a tyrant is a monumental task, but ruling a kingdom after that tyrant falls is a challenge of a completely different magnitude. When the ash continues to fall and the sun remains hidden, is hope enough to sustain a crumbling empire? Welcome back to the channel. After the world-shaking conclusion of the first book, today we continue the journey of Vin and Elend Venture in Rescience. The Well of Ascension. Do not expect a peaceful story of victory. Brandon Sanderson is taking us into a high-stakes psychological and political war where magic is used not just for combat, but for survival amidst treacherous conspiracies and an ancient threat that is slowly waking up within the mists. Let's see what happens when the revolution meets the reality of power. Part 2. The Core Plot. A City on the Brink. 1. Elend Venture and the Democratic Ideal. Elend is now the king of Luthadel, but he refuses to be a dictator like the Lord Ruler. He wants to build a government based on fairness and law. However, his ideals are put to the ultimate test when 3 massive armies surround the city. Each faction wants the same thing: the throne and the legendary hidden cache of the metal atium. Elend must learn to be a leader before his own council votes him out of power. 2. Vin and the Weight of Identity. Vin has become Elend's most powerful protector, but she is haunted by her past as a street urchin. She feels out of place among the nobility and begins to doubt her true purpose. This internal conflict is exploited by a mysterious and dangerous Mistborn named Zane. Zane is a dark reflection of Vin, constantly whispering that she should abandon her ties to humanity and embrace her nature as a weapon to be truly free. 3. New monsters and growing mysteries. The world building expands significantly in this volume. We are introduced to the Kandra, creatures that can perfectly mimic any human by consuming their remains, and the Koloss, terrifying blue giants fueled by bloodlust and rage. Meanwhile, Vin begins to hear a strange, thumping rhythm coming from the mists, leading her toward the fabled Well of Ascension, a place said to hold the power necessary to save the world from the deepening winter. 4. The manipulation of history. While the city is under siege, Sazed, the keeper of religions, realizes something horrifying. The ancient texts regarding the hero of ages are being subtly altered. An invisible, malevolent force is manipulating events, rewriting history in real time to trick the heroes into releasing it from its ancient prison. Part 3. Artistic highlights. Psychological warfare. Why is The Well of Ascension so compelling, even though it has a slower pace than the first book? It is because of the suffocating tension of the siege. You can feel the desperation of the people of Luthadel as food runs out and enemies wait at the gates. It turns a fantasy epic into a gritty survival thriller. The character growth is the true standout. Sazed's arc, in particular, adds immense depth as he explores lost religions and grapples with his own faith. And of course, Zane provides a complex foil for Vin, representing the darkness she must overcome. Despite the heavy focus on politics, Sanderson's signature action remains top tier. The Mistborn duels in the fog and the climactic battle for the city are cinematic, logical, and breathtakingly intense. Part 4. Analysis and reflection. Sacrifice for the right reasons. The deepest takeaway from this installment is a powerful lesson. Doing the right thing is often much harder and more painful than doing the easy thing. Elend must learn how to be a decisive king without losing his soul or his compassion. Vin must learn to trust her own heart over the seductive whispers of power. Sazed, perhaps the most tragic character in this book, faces the total collapse of his belief system. Sanderson sends a clear message. True peace does not come from imposed strength, but from an unwavering commitment to one's values, even in the face of death. He also warns us to be careful of deliverance, because what looks like salvation might actually be the beginning of a much greater disaster. Part 5. Conclusion. The door to the end is open. The ending of The Well of Ascension is famous for being one of the most painful and shocking twists in fantasy literature. Everything you thought you knew about the prophecy and the hero's journey is flipped upside down in the final pages. Thank you for watching this review. What do you think about Vin's choice at the Well of Ascension? If you were in her shoes, would you have released the power to save the world or kept it for yourself? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as we prepare for the epic finale of the trilogy. The Hero of Ages. Goodbye for now, and remember, the mists may be hiding a devastating truth.